To finish this module, I want to show you an easy trick you can use to display an animation when the router is busy navigating somewhere. And to do this, I'm going to JSPM install a library known as Font Awesome. This isn't required, but Font Awesome does come with some nice icons that I can use to show some sort of spinning animation. And to use Font Awesome, which should now be installed under the npm folder in my JSPM packages folder, I just need to make sure to include the CSS file, and I'll need to do that in my index.html file. So let me open up index.html and come back to the Font Awesome folder and drag in a link to the CSS style sheet. Now again, Visual Studio has included a couple additional things there when I drag, but really all I need is a link to fontawesome.css, and that piece is now in the page. And with that in place, I now want to come to my app view, and we will find a place to display this animation. So in app.html, let's create a div with a class of container. And it's inside of here where I want to use some of the Font Awesome icons. So I will create an element with a class of Font Awesome Spinner, Font Awesome Spin. And the trick is, I really only want to show the spinner when the router is busy. And fortunately, Aurelia provides a custom attribute called show, and all I need to do is write an expression that binds to show. And since the router is available from the app view model, I can write an expression using the router, and the router itself has a property, which is navigating. So what I should be able to do is save all my files and refresh the application. And now you might have seen the little animation that appeared. When I go to details, that animation is there, thanks to the 1 second delay. And now if that were to take longer, at least the user knows something is happening. And it's also easy to add thanks to information provided by the router itself. In this module, we saw how to add an explicit configuration function to our Aurelia application. Then we also started using the router and learned how to configure the router with different routes. We saw in the app view itself how we can use the router. We can use the router to build navigation menus and also display an animation when the application is transitioning from one view to the next. In the next module, we'll turn our attention back to the UI and investigate some of the binding syntax and templates that we can use. Syntax like href.bind, as well as how to build our own custom elements and attributes, just like Aurelia has provided the custom attribute show and a custom element router view.